All right, I think we're good. I don't know. The stream is I'm trying to stream in higher quality, but I don't know if my internet can handle it. So that's really what I'm trying to figure out. What's up, Retro? Let me know if the stream is dropping. If it starts dropping, if there's any issues streaming at a higher quality, then I'll probably have to go back to 1080. But yeah, what's up, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just feel free to let me know in the chat if the stream drops or if there's any issues in any way. I will have to revert back to 1080p, but right now I'm trying to stream in 1440, so it just looks cleaner. What up, S7? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tuesday. Let's attack Tuesday. We still got the weekly gap to reach for, so I will still be bearish today, right? We've been spot on with bias to start the week. Quality is good, no problem. Solid. Yeah, it should look clean, like the chart should look better, less grainy, but hopefully my internet can support it. Yeah, I'm still bearish. Still bearish, guys. I want to put on some music for myself too. All right. I don't know why it deletes my hotkeys. I'll run through the analysis in a second. I'm like slow starting today. Had a lot going on lately in terms of just like busyness. So let's see what we're looking at. All right, so we'll walk through the analysis. I got you. What's up, Retro? Go ahead and ask your question. So monthly bullish order flow, right? We have a very bullish uptrend on the monthly time frame. We understand that this is a, you know, US index market. They're made to go up. They always go up, right? Historically, these are good investments because you're going to see a return as long as you buy and you hold. Weekly, we have the weekly internal gap. We have this retracement that we need to make on this lag, in my opinion. Like I said yesterday, before we even had any lower price action and we were actually looking quite bullish, I was telling you I was bearish because I feel for us to go to, you know, want to go higher and really expand, we need to retrace this weekly leg first. So I'm looking at this internal gap as the draw. I'm not worried about this breakaway gap down here, but I do believe that if we're going to go higher, we should do so from here. Good morning, good morning. What's up, man? What do you use for trading multiple accounts in MT5? I don't use MetaTrader 5. I trade purely futures. So I'm not really equipped to answer MetaTrader 5 copier questions, unfortunately. But I would just find a good copier if it works with MetaTrader. Okay, so we're sweeping previous day low. We also have this new Sibi up here. Yeah, you can Retro, yes. There's no problem trading fundeds and live at the same time. To me, the only issue that you run into with it, and it's really not even an issue, is just that when I'm on eval, I push risk, so I'm trying to pass eval fast. I'm taking more risk than I would on a funded, basically. So you need to have a copier that can ratio and change the risk. As long as you have a ratio feature on your copier, which most have, you're fine. So it's not really even an issue. Let's see what happens on previous day low, because obviously this is the PDL sweep we're talking about. It's been pretty range bound. I'd prefer shorting, but we're really just choppy right now and we're bouncing off PDL. I'm just gonna short right now. Oh, we go up. Cold brew today, guys. Are you a millionaire? I am not a millionaire yet. That's the goal. Soon, man. That's the goal. Soon. We are 1 hour bouncing off the low. No macho. Wow. No macho. Bro, the cold brew's fire. This looks milky though, but it's really good. Alright, let's see what happens off PDL though. Overall, I'm bearish. I want to see a weekly gap get reached for. So I'd like to see price reach into these lows. We can just put a black line for a visual again for the stream. WBISI is just the weekly bullish gap. Alright, you're going to see this little black line. I'll put it there for the stream so you guys know that's my draw. Today our country celebrate victory. Nice, man. What country is that? This black line is my draw. Ideally, I want to see they get reached for it today. Then we have the rest of the week. We can likely flip back up and be bullish. We're just choppy, guys. To me, we're chopping around here. We're sweeping PDL. Like this is a decent buy off the lows. It looks like. Yeah, that was a nice buy off PDL lows, but that was pre-market. I'm not trading till 9:30. Sri Lanka, nice. That's cool. That's cool. I love hearing where you guys are watching from. It's so cool. What's my name? My name's Cam. My friends call me Bam. Bam or Cam. We're flipping the 1 hour gap. It looks like NQ is stronger here at the low. There's hella condensation on this cold brew. Yeah, it looks like we're flipping the 1 hour, but right now I'm really just waiting. I'd like to see order flow flip back bearish to want to play shorts. Like we're popping up off PDL, but I don't necessarily think that we sustain this hard. We have a lot of watch. We'll look at this FOD in like 2 days, but we have a lot of low resistance liquidity highs here. I think what we should be doing and what we should see from price is that this reaches down, sweeps the weekly BISI, then we get a nice push through these low resistance highs. So to me, this is just kind of generating highs for us to run through later this week. At least that's what I'm seeing right now on the 4 hour. So I'd like to see something like this coming into tomorrow or by the end of today. Sting this, then we get that flip back up and we should get some speed buys. These will be good high probability longs because we're aligned with the higher time frame trend. Right, so because we are aligned with the monthly order flow, the weekly order flow, and we're trading all-time high price, this retracement into the weekly BISI is going to offer some high probability buys if we get those from here. So this would be like trades in here to me would be like A+ as long as they meet all the marks, all the check boxes. They got to meet the checklist, they got to check every box, but if they do, these are like going to be your A setups all through here. But we need to hit that weekly BISI first. So I'm still bearish looking for these lows. Again, this black line is my draw. But right now we're just bullish. I want to see price flip back down. I'm not interested in longing up here. Yeah. I'm watching for Bahrain. Hi bro, how are you? What's up? What's up, man? Honestly, these trades we could go over it on stream. You want to send it in the Discord and I'll go over it on stream? Heart too big is too large. After that weekly BISI, what time frame will you look for? When we sting into this, I mean, you can really drop into any time frame, but you want enough confirmation to say that the order flow is changing. So for me, it's more so leaning on 1 hour and 4 hour order flow. Once we reach into this weekly low, it's 1 hour and 4 hour order flow for me that I want to see. flip. But I mean, you can watch the start of that order flow change on the 5-minute, on the 15-minute. Price is fractal, so you're gonna see the 5-minute and the 15-minute flip first. My dog's barking. You can see the 5-minute and the 15-minute flip first. Hold on, I'm gonna get my dogs to stop barking. Yeah, D-Trade, send the trade in the Discord. You probably already did. Let me see. I'll put it on the screen. Get him on camera. He's downstairs. He's a big boy. I don't want to just play like this flip. I want like new bearish gaps to short this, but kind of a weird spot because this is really rangy. Look at the 15-minute. Honestly, the longs off this lower decent for range protocol, but again, I'm still ultimately bearish. This is just range to me. If we could get the weekly gap tag and then start longing, would be nice. But this is just range to me. Don't wanna let go, I'm tired of you holding me. I'm tired of you holding me. Don't wanna let go, I'm tired of you holding me. Alright, let's see this D-Trades trade. I'm about to go in the Discord right now. We missed the cats. I don't know where they are. They're in the other room. What up, man? What's up, what's up, what's up? Alright, yeah, send the full trade D-Trades. I think you sent in my DM too. Oh, this one. Alright, I got it. I have to go back and find it. Alright, this is D-Trades trade. We're putting D-Trades on blast. Don't wanna let go, I'm tired of you holding me. I'm tired of you holding me. Don't wanna let go, I'm tired of you holding me. I love that verse. Love it, man. I love it. I want to have the top right changing verses. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not in your own understanding, and he will make your path straight. Best verse. Top 5 for me. Why did you choose your model name Harmony? Let me let me get this big so before I go through D-Trade's trade, the reason I named it Harmony is because I've always, since I started really focusing on trading indices, looked at ES and NQ together almost as one, right? Because they're directly correlated assets. So I always want to see ES and NQ in agreement and in harmony. I want to see them confirming each other's bias, right? When these things are out of sync, like if ES was pushing right now and NQ is bearish like this, we're lacking correlation, you know, we're decoupled. It's low probability price. So the whole model is really built around seeing these two in agreement, moving in harmony. And I just think harmony is cool. Like, we want to trade in harmony and peace and confidence in our edge. And just, it's a simplified way of looking at, you know, market maker models and internal and external, but it's also just watching ES and NQ in agreement and harmony. So we should see the lows. We should see the lows go. Just very choppy price that I'm not interested in right now. So we can look at these trades. So I don't know what time this was at. He took a 5-minute to 1-minute flip. So it looks like he's trying to play trend. I sent it all in the cord if you want a clear view. Let me see. You sent it in DM or just okay, perfect. You sent it in the main chat. All right, so this is the 1 hour. Couldn't paste. The image being pasted is way too large. What? Hold on. Can I screenshot it? I'm literally just waiting for these lows right now. I'm not really interested in anything, so we can go through this. I can't paste it. I can flip to the Discord. It's just it might cause issues flipping back. Sometimes it makes the screen go all black, and then it's like I'm waiting for the chart to load again. Let me see if I can get. Let me see if I can switch this to Discord. Window. Discord. Bear with me. There you go. Alright. What we got? You guys should be all able to see this. Trying to keep an eye on the charts too. Still bearish, just waiting for price to reach lower. So this is the 1 hour. We flipped the 1 hour gap, bullish. We have bearish price reaching for the weekly BISI, right? So yes, this is yesterday. He's talking about. This trade is from yesterday. He's looking at the weekly BISI draw as well, so he's bearish. That's the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so we had already taken out these lows here on the 15. He's still looking for the weekly BISI, it looks like. Trying to play trend model. Where was the 5 minute he traded off of? Was it this? Was it this D-trades? Was that like 10 something? Looks like it was just choppy in there. D-trades, did you short this gap right here? Looks like you just got chopped up for real. Really all it is. This flip was nice. I need to go. It's hard for me to like just look at the screenshots and walk through like nuances and understanding. What time was this trade? I'll go back to the. There we go. Took NQ, yes. What time was it? $10.40. That was right after we took out London lows. I don't love. So one nuance I don't love, probably would have made it immediate half risk. I know that we have the weekly BISI down here, but we also just took out major lows. Right, so right where you longed right here, this is my exit. But it's not that I didn't think price could still go lower. It's just that this is an area where I think shorts cover and we buy back up a little bit. So then we have weekly gap right down. The black line is the weekly gap, so this was his draw for the short. I don't love how it's right after we swept the major lows. So then you played this trend. You're looking for a trend model off this, it looks like. I don't hate it. Again, I just nuance wise, I don't like how we just took out the lows. Ideally, you get that short before we run major lows. And then I'm assuming you just played this inversion or something. You shorted this. Let me pull it up again. Yeah, ideally, you guys. I saw that wick as well. Thought it should still go lower. Yeah, I still agree with your draw, like the weekly busy, but we took out major lows where a lot of shorts are likely to cover. So then we either tend to see a lot of times a buy back up, or we see us consolidate. Probably half risk it, then look to short it again is more to play, or just wait. I don't know. This is a tougher one because I don't like how we took out the lows, but I agree with your draw. Like to the weekly busy, it's not a bad loss, bro. You probably would have taken 2 L's here trying to play this. Just getting chopped up. Like if you half risk this, like being realistic about this, if you half risk this, you get chopped up, it comes up for stop. Actually, you wouldn't have hit stop yet, probably. I was gonna say you might take another loss on this inversion. But if your stop's here, you didn't get stopped. So it would have just been this 1 L. It came into the 15-minute Sibi. Yeah, we reached up for this 15-minute gap too. I didn't even see that. So you shorted before the 15-minute Sibi? It just we chopped up here too off these lows. But the same draw. The draw was, I believe you had the right draw. I mean, the delivery even after we reached into that 15-minute Sibi was poor. Poor. I don't hate this loss. I don't think this is a bad trade at all. I really don't. Some trades are not good trades where you kind of just may miss something or it's choppy and you could have avoided it. This one I don't think was bad at all. I think that was a good loss. Just kind of got chopped up. Weekly busy incoming, chat. You guys see why we were bearish when we were ripping. I don't really want to play a trend model right to this busy. It just is gonna have no R. Probably just wait for the busy to get hit, flip, and then bullish shift. I think half risking that setup is valid because we just took out the lows and we need to retrace or chop most likely. You're just gonna see shorts cover at those lows like majority of the time. But I agree with the draw of lower. I think you had the right draw, just bad delivery. But if you were to take that half risk and then it's a good loss. The nuances are just important, man. They really are. I think nuance-wise, there's a couple things against that short, but it was still a good trade. Because you had a clear draw. We should see weekly busy get reached for here. There's just no model for me right now. You could try to short this, but you're going to need a tight stop off the Sibi. You're going to need a tight stop off this 5-minute. 15 to 1 should be good, not 15 to 5. Either works. Either works. Bro, this cold brew is like soaked. So if we reach into this, you could try to short this into the lows. You're gonna need a tight stop on. Like you're gonna need. If we can get any more than like a 1.5, I'll short into the lows here. But if it's anything less than 1.5, I'll just wait for the BISI to get hit. Not too, but I'm not too. Not too, but I'm not too. We're flipping this 1 minute. I want to see us reach into the 5-minute gap. Yeah, I want to see this. I want to see this reach out into the 5 minute civvy. We got 2 minutes. See if we can get it to sting this 5 minute. It still really is rangy, but I feel like we can play a trend model into these lows of conviction. We'll just take it right off at Bissy if we can get the radar. Anything more than 1.5 I'll take. Okay, we might not get it. That's how we're gonna reach for those. Let's see. We have another minute. We have 1 more minute. You guys see the consistency in the models though, like the actual framework, the structure. It's so consistent. Weekly Bissy tagging coming. Chat, let me preface by saying I don't want to be egotistical, but our biases, the draws that we give out every single day, our biases and draws are free money. Actually, it's crazy accurate. Every day, no matter what the delivery is, chop, consolidation. Obviously, we get it wrong. It's gonna happen. I'm not 100% correct all the time. No one is. Anyone that says they are is cap. But we have a very high strike rate when it comes to just draw and bias, man. Alone, our draw and bias is crazy accurate. It's free money. Yesterday, it was looking very bullish. Guarantee you 90% of people were looking for longs in here. Where is it? I guarantee you majority of people were bullish in here. Coming to the open. Oh, we're looking for shorts. Why are we looking for shorts, chat? Weekly Bissy. To me, if we're gonna go higher, we gotta go lower first. My bias is bearish into this weekly Bissy, but then once order flow flips out this Bissy, I'll flip bullish. You just took a trade and lost. There's just no structure for me. Like, I know it exactly what I'm looking for. My dogs are going again. Short in a weekly Bissy, then wait for reaction. Exactly. I shorted yesterday towards it, but today I don't see a model for me. It would have had to be like a sweep of the highs in here. Our biases are money, chat. Yeah, what Archangel said is essentially the logic and bias. Bearish into the weekly Bissy, and then wait for the reaction out. Wait for order flow to change out. If we just keep going lower, we'll hold the bearish bias until the brothers there's like a gnat in my room. What the heck? Why is there a gnat in my room? I've never seen something like this in my life. I've seen like a spider maybe once a year, but a gnat is random. What trade did you take, Zaki or Zaki? I was good speeding the lows. Now look at the 4 hour. Look all these generated highs. Now we've retraced the weekly leg. You guys see the logic? Do you guys see how consistent the framework is? And like every single day I'm showing you exactly what we're looking for. I'm not saying I'm 100% accurate. I'm gonna be offside and I'm gonna be able to realign and be like, okay, this is the thesis. The thesis got invalidated. Now we have to realign. But the consistency in how we see things, it's every single day. You know what I mean? Like the framework is just consistent. It's repeatable every single day. Internal, external, swing highs, swing lows and for value gaps. Now we have this weekly internal tag. This weekly leg is being retraced before we go higher, in my opinion. What they did on the way down is engineer these highs, this low resistance liquidity, to then be ran after we stay into the weekly gap. Bro, that will be daily for value gap. It's inside the weekly gap. I don't necessarily see it as draw. I think if we want to, we can just sting this and go higher from here, but it'll probably sting a little deeper. It'll probably retrace a little bit deeper, but to me, the draw has now been hit for me. Weekly BISI was my draw. Now that we've hit, you know, my area of draw, it's more so just about gauging order flow. If this continues bearish on the 15-5, you know, everything just stays bearish, we'll just hold our bearish bias until we flip. That's how I approach things. So our draw to start the week has been hit. You guys are new to the stream. Every single day, 9:30 a.m. we're live. Every single day. I'm walking you through everything I'm doing. I'm walking through the analysis, the execution. You see the execution on the stream. You see the losses on the stream. You see the struggles. I'm being transparent about what I want to work on. The biggest thing I want to work on in my trading right now, hold myself accountable, is the stop management. It's really just structuring and then the stop management. Those are two biggest things that I'm struggling with, that I want to continue to work on and get better at. Because risk to reward is not static, right? Just because you're risk free on a trade doesn't mean that you don't have dynamic risk to reward. It doesn't mean that you don't still have risk on. You have unrealized P&L, and your risk to reward ratio is dynamic. It's constantly changing. Just like poker, your probabilities change. Good sell down. There's no opportunity for me to short right now. We SMT'd off the highs. This is at like 9, so I'm not even looking at charts, but I just want to see if like structurally it was clean. It's alright. It's kind of choppy off the entry. We flipped on this candle. We just closed right on it. Cam slash bam. You check the previous day low on ES in 1 minute. Can you check the previous day low on ES 1 minute? I mean, bro, previous day low did work. I don't know if you shorted after, but you should have at minimum been break even if you shorted right here. You check the previous day low on the 1 minute market structure. Where did you short? What candle? What time? Oh, you longed. What candle did you long on? I was shorted PDL right as the lows was kind of. Yeah, I know. What candle did you long at? Because PDL played, but Still bearish bias to the weekly BISI. Just let me know a candle. I'm just an object to you guys. You guys are using me. I'm just kidding. You guys are just using me for my analysis. Gold and silver. I'm being objectified by my stream. Crazy. I'm just kidding. Now you give me the candle right after I switch to gold and silver. Oh no. I'll look at it in a second. Lows. 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 Daily Sibby. Can I in my template? Nah, you're good, man. You're good. You're good. You're good. Quite bearish off the daily Sibby. Weekly consolidation. I'll just submit to this bearish bias until we take major lows. Four-hour Sibby and it's another 4 hours. You don't really need to mark it yet. Good sells. Yeah, I'll be still looking for sells. We're trending right now on gold and silver, so you'd want to play continuation. Continuation shorts to the next lowest really look decent. I'd be bearish. If we flip, we could flip bias. We'll flip the long bias off the weekly BISI and start to try to play longs. Possible reversal zones, or price will fall into midpoint of the gap. Once we've hit the gap like this, I'm more so just using order flow to decide when we're flipping. Never mind, it wasn't PDL, it was London. My London lows are all the way up here, but I have different settings than you probably. ES didn't take PDL till 9:44. Yeah, it took PDL right here, and it played. That's what I was saying. PDL played. What's your London lows? Because to me, my London lows were back here based on my settings. Two to 5, 20 to midnight. Did I play the 15-minute gap? Do you have a model? Let's see if we flip out this weekly gap. Get all this. Even what they feeling bad. Our draws are money, chat. Money. This is bro, I'm on a stream telling you exactly where price is going. I'm not saying I'm 100% win rate? Nobody is. I will never be 100% win rate. You will see me get cooked. You will see me go on losing streaks. You will see me tilt. It's gonna happen, right? I'm not saying that those things are not part of trading, because they are. And anyone that says they aren't are lying to you and they're selling you a dream. But what I am saying is that we have very accurate bias on this stream. And if you can align with that bias and find good trades in the direction of our bias, that right there is an edge. Daily is bearish, weekly too. I'm not longing yet, but I'm expecting price to want to change state of delivery now after hitting this weekly BISI. I need to see new structure put in for longs. Still got it for you. 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 Yo, Cam on my setup. Yes, also came into that 1 hour gap. Very small one. Didn't expect to hold, but it's better that you know I still like you. My name's Cam, C-A-M. My full name's Cameron. My friends call me Cam or Bam with a C. But don't worry about it, man. I'm not worried about it. 1 hour gap. You're talking about this gap. I feel good. It's been so long. Did you have fun? Cause I'm gonna need a cab just to get me home. Bro, I think you took a good loss, man. I think you took a good loss. Cameraman? That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I think you took a good loss, man. The nuances, yeah, I would say the knocks against it is London low sweep, and then like you pointed out, I didn't notice it either. The 1 hour BISI into this like 1 hour area for value type thing. Those are the knocks against it, because you have shorts who got in up here and all through here that are gonna cover at these lows, right? So you're gonna see this buy back up at these lows at minimum, like on a retracement or just chop. But you're gonna see shorts cover at these lows. It's just order pairing. You're at least there's a very high probability you see that. Right? If you watch for that every single day, you're gonna see reactions at these areas. You're gonna see either a retracement buy back up, or you're gonna see consolidation, or a full-on just flip back up. Which is why yesterday I was in one con and I'm like, well, these are lows that can very well cause a reaction. So instead of trying to hold for 2R, which was like, my 2R was like, I don't know, it was somewhere in here. Instead of trying to hold for this and impose my will on the market in terms of R, I'd rather just take it off at the lows and trade the markets level to level. That's the focus for me. But in terms of your second trade, I think it's a good loss. You got chopped up. There was a couple arguments against it, like us taking out those lows was a big thing for me. But I agree with your draw of the weekly BISI. And the first short you took with me, you just had a little bit of a tight stop, and my only knock on the first trade you took is it was so volatile, bro. It was so volatile that I think taking the full swing is important there, because it's so volatile. When price is that volatile, I generally am not going to take the bodies. But when we're slower, lower volatility, and you can kind of have a lot of room on that, you can take the bodies. Sometimes the bodies will F you over like that. I'm not on the line in the wrong. See if we flip and come up off these lows. Yeah. D-trades, the management is the hardest part. I'm not gonna lie. Like the setups, spotting good setups and the nuances, it's hard, but it gets a lot easier. And the framework is so consistent that it just gets easier and easier to know what to take. But the trade management is, it's legitimate. Like, it's hard. It is not easy. To this day, like I said, 2019 I started trading, so I have a good amount of time executing trades. The management has never really, yeah, I don't think it'll ever just be easy, you know, because there's just so many pros and cons to what you want to do. If you want to give your stop more room, then you're going to give back more. And if you want to trail your stop tight, then you're going to get trailed out and it's going to run. And if you want to take base hits, then you're going to miss a lot of R on big trades. And if you want to take big trades, you're going to have a lower win rate. And you're going to miss your base hits. It's all just pick your poison. It's all preference. And you got to live and die with whatever you're choosing. So if you choose base hits and higher win rate, you got to live with that lower R. And you got to live with those trades that just run for 10R or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You got to live with that. You have to fully be on board with whatever you're doing in terms of management and structure. This is the type of stuff that no one's going to talk about on TikTok, Twitter. No one's going to talk about. Most streamers don't even talk about this stuff, but that's real trading. You have to understand those things. And all our personalities are different. So are you the type of person that wants to live and die by big R? Because if that's the case, you got to hold through most likely more frequent drawdowns and be able to have a lower win rate consistently. Because if you're averaging 3, 4, 5R on trades, you're gonna have a lower win rate. Rant over. A little bit confused on gold and silver. Should I play the 15-minute gap? I want to help you, but I'm not gonna just give you signals, brother. Just to be very blunt with you, I want to help you. I want to help you learn, but I'm not just gonna give you, yes, short right now, buy right now. I'm not doing that. With all respect, I mean that with the most respect, but that's not what I want on my stream. So I'm not gonna tell you guys when to, you know what I mean? I'm not a signal bot. I've noticed if you don't be at external stop loss at some point. Yeah, I read that. Can I use your analysis for Bitcoin? I'll run through Bitcoin for you, but I'm not gonna tell you when to buy or sell. I trust that you guys are paying attention to the streams. You know my models. I explain my models. It's harmony model, continuation, or reversal. So it's either you're playing trend or you're playing range. Maybe monthly Sibby, area for value, wicking, respecting, good reaction. We SMT off these highs, we did. It looks like Ethereum's slightly more bearish. And it shine like a girl. Also, Dada, don't think I'm being harsh. I'm not trying to be harsh with you, brother. I just want what's best for you. And so what's best for your development as a trader is to come into these streams and really trying to learn. Because that's why I don't want to give people signals or be like short, long, you know, short, buy. I really want you guys to learn and improve and eventually be able to not watch the streams and just take the same trades, take the same model. You know, build an edge that fits your personality. The goal isn't to have you guys reliant on me watching the stream all the time. Although, you know, some streamers may want that for their own pockets. I want you guys to actually become good traders. I want you guys to actually learn the logic, learn how to view price. The stream's educational. You know, that's what I want from this. I want to put the Lord first, and I want you guys to actually grow as traders. So I'm not going to do the signaling stuff. You're going to see me take trades, but I can't look at stuff and be like, buy this or sell this right now. I won't do that. I'll do analysis for you guys, but I also when I'm in trading mode and I'm looking to take trades, I can't do the analysis either. Just right now, you're catching me on a day where I'm just waiting. So we trade in the monthly Sibby, bearish SMT. Ethereum looks slightly more bearish, monthly internal. Potentially reach for these lows, the external lows. You have these lows, you have these lows. Finish like a gun. Bearish daily order flow. Good flip. Yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum look quite bearish. Your next lows are down here. And then PDL is like your low hanging fruit on the day. So your previous day lows right here is like a low hanging fruit draw. Let's see how close we are. 4 hour SIBI rejecting. This is rangy 4 hour price. Running from. This is a decent little sell candle, but this is pretty choppy, guys. Pretty choppy Bitcoin Ethereum. I don't love how choppy this is in here. Ultimately, should see lower prices though. Do the daily SIBI as well up here. See if this falls through lower. If this continues bearish, when you fall through, you're looking at PDL draw on Bitcoin Ethereum. When you call me baby, I wouldn't be surprised. So there's probably going to be a lot of people shorting this 15-minute gap. I wouldn't be surprised if this flips and fails. I'm not just going to short this 15-minute SIBI right into the weekly BISI. To me, this is an area where we could see buys up, and we could see this order flow flip, and we can start to flip bias and look for longs. But I'm also just not going to buy right into this, right? I need to see structure. I want to see this actually flip up, put in structure off these weekly BISI lows, or if it wants to continue lower, it'll continue lower. See what happens here. Euro was quite nice. Can I not do that? Maybe I'm not drunk enough. Baby, I'm not drunk enough. Flipped over the weekly BISI. Doesn't mean to. Got me like wow, baby. Daily SIBI. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, this is clean. Nice little daily trend down. Daily SIBI internal. Probably a nice little 15 to 1 or a nice little 5-minute trend model. Yeah, this is clean. Sugar. Ooh, you just come into this, you immediately see trend and you say, alright, I'm shorting this 15. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, that's a nice little trend. Euro and pound was nice today, I agree. Really clean trend. What time is it? This is like 3:30. So that's within your London kill zone. This London setup was nice. Baby. This is a clean London trade here. 15-minute internal. You obviously have that trend down, so you're still looking for these lows. It looks bad on euro and pound, but once we flip this gap, you just have a nice little short. When you call me baby. It obviously just looks bad because we're not on the CFD. If we go to the CFD, it'll look better. There's your short. Stop at the highs. I don't know which is weaker right now. Whichever of the two is weaker, we short there. Yeah, it's clean. Speeding down a 45, baby. I'd like to see this 15 minutes to be filled. Gold Gold and silver. I'll go back to it for you, bro. Coming off PDL, the daily Sibby. And these major lows. You have the 1 hour gap as well and tiny sips. Yeah. Bro, let me enjoy my damn drink in peace. You guys are haters, bro. Yuki-san. You took the government off? That's good. I was gonna actually tell you to probably do that. I like that you did that. They're performative sips. They're not real. I'm not even drinking this coffee right now. It's a prop. You have the 1 hour Sibby in 15 minutes data, which isn't interesting and could be a reason that the 15 doesn't play here. And we come up and we reach into this internal to go lower. We also put in a 15-minute BISI. I think there's a high likelihood that this pops up into the 1 hour Sibby that's forming in 15 minutes. I'm not going to tell you when to press buy or sell. I'm not going to tell you short or long, but I will give you my analysis. So keep an eye on this 1 hour gap, and if we want to retrace up, the lower time frame, the 5 minute, the 1 minute, the 15 minute are going to point in the direction of here bullish, right? We're going to get bullish order flow on these lower time frames if it wants to go reach for that 1 hour gap. And if we don't, and we flip hard, and this just wants to fall through lower, we're going to flip this 15-minute gap. So you're going to see price actually flip this 15-minute gap, and then that 1 hour gap is going to become a breakaway gap. What do I think is highest probability? What do I think is most likely? I think what is most likely is this pops up off this gap, and we go reach into the 1 hour Sibby before heading lower. That would be where I'd bet my money, but I'm not saying take any trades. I'm not saying anything. I'm just explaining my analysis. There's some crazy volume imbalances. Are you talking about Bitcoin? Let's see if this pops up off the 15-minute BISI or not. If we flip it and go lower, then we might just breakaway gap this. That's something to also keep in mind, because you have 14 minutes on this 1 hour Sibby. If you guys are new to the stream, go down there and press subscribe. Every morning, 9:30 a.m. we're live. Go down low, press the subscribe button, tap in every morning, 9:30 a.m. Every single morning, 9:30 a.m. Why did I just go to do silver? I already have silver on the screen. Let's see what happens here. This is a lot of waiting for me today, guys. Like there was no model for me to short, although we were bearish through here. We've been bearish all morning. We've been bearish since Monday. But I haven't had a model to short since yesterday. We played our short yesterday for about a 1.8. And then today I'm just flat. Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Here go my dogs. Here, I'm gonna mute my mic on my dogs part. Alright. 15-minute Sibby is holding. Do we want to keep going lower here? Question is, how much more retracement will we offer? I don't. Don't mute, it's not loud. Okay. You should join the gym. I was really consistent with the gym, man. I was really consistent for a while, but I'm about to get back to it. Well. You should see these lows go. We already swept him on ES. See if he wants to go for it, or if we want to just flip the Sibi and go higher. There's a lot of waiting right now. But yeah, I want to get consistent with the gym again. I'll probably get in there later today. I'm almost done with my fake drink. Bro, I bought a new headset and I don't even use it. I don't know if I like it. It's like almost obnoxiously large too. Yeah. I'm drinking prop coffee for real. Yeah, I don't know if I even like these or not. They're like they're like obnoxiously big, and then the Bluetooth doesn't work well. And these just sound better. They just hurt my ears a little bit. I don't know. They look kind of stupid. They're just like they're really big. They're pretty like wide. But yeah, I don't know. I got a new pair of Sonys. This hard as fuck. I censor myself on the S word, and then I say the F word. Man, I'm trying not to swear. I censor myself saying the S word, and then I say the F word reading it. Okay. This SH hard AF got the trading blues. What do you mean by the trading blues? Probably Marshall. What does that mean? Learning though. That's good, man. As long as you're learning, as long as you attack each day with, you know, process orientation, and you actually get better and you learn, you're doing what you need to do. After major liquidity is swept, your internals are lower probability. So right after we take out major lows, shorting is generally going to be a lower win rate. It's lower probability. Like we did before. We do right. Marshall headphones. So much waiting today, chat. If we don't pop up off the Bissy, we might just wait for real until tomorrow. But our draw has been hit. You know, since Monday we've been looking for this Bissy. That's a gem you just said now? Yeah, I mean, you can still... The biggest thing is, it isn't about us trading simple formation. I don't feel we're candle pattern traders. We are not candle pattern traders. It is understanding a combination of time frames and looking for... I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. I think it's... If I had to explain my edge and why I believe I have edge in the markets, it's because, like Archangel just said, right? we are not just pattern traders. I'm not just looking for this pattern in the market to long. What I'm doing is a combination of things. I'm understanding the environment that I'm in. So I'm understanding the higher time frames. I'm understanding where price is reaching for. I have conviction in where price is going. Then I'm understanding the actual environment that we're trading within. So if we're trend, right, the 1 hour, the 15 minute is looking like this. It's looking like it's reach. If our draw is down here, like the weekly BISI this week. Let's really walk through this and give you guys some knowledge here while I'm waiting. The reason I believe that, you know, I can have edge in these markets being a discretionary trader is because it's not just pattern trading, like Archangel said. It's we have conviction in price reaching for this weekly BISI, for example. Let me make the screen bigger. Alright, so we have conviction in price reaching for this weekly BISI. But alongside that, I'm identifying what type of environment I'm in. So we can see high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We have trend. We have a environment that is trending lower. So when we're in an environment that is trending, when we're in an environment that is reaching for this weekly BISI and creating, you know, bearish structure like this, that's when I want to actually look for continuation models. That's when I want to look to trade these internals. So I'm selecting these as narratives, and I'm looking to play my continuation harmony model. I'm looking to play trend towards this weekly BISI. Conversely, if we're trading in this environment in a session, well, now I'm no longer just looking for a trend short into the weekly BISI. I'm not just looking for a trend model down here in continuation, but I'm acknowledging the environment I'm in. I'm acknowledging that this is a range bound environment. We're really just trading tight range. So my opportunities are more so just at the external of these ranges and playing base hit. The highest probability would be something like this before we break range and we short like a high towards the weekly BISI. Because when we're in this range, because we have the draw down here, ultimately we expect this to break lower, right? Some people will say it's like pattern traders will call that a bear flag or whatever, or just like a wedge break, whatever. I don't use patterns like that, but because my draw is down here, I'm expecting this consolidation to break bearish. So a high probability short would be shorting highs at the external of the range and taking a base hit right back into the range. Okay, so one environment is trading reversals and mean reversion. The other is trading trend. And that understanding, that logic, that recognition is why I believe I have strong edge. I'm not just trading patterns, but I'm adapting, I'm recognizing, and I'm being fluid with the markets. So instead of trying to force, and I've done that in the past, instead of trying to force trend and chop, I'm acknowledging the chop and I'm adapting to it. That's gold right there. I mean that. That is what that rant I just went on is gold, and it's something that the majority of traders do not understand at all, because it's something that you just have to go through to learn. I bought one course when I first started trading, and it was like supply and demand, and then I met one of my best friends through that. Supply and demand didn't work for me, and I didn't make any money trading supply and demand, but that was also super early into learning how to trade, so I'm sure that played a major role in that too. Looks like NQ is leading, and I want to see us flip this gap. Yeah, after taking major lick, the fair value gaps are lower probability. Right, because if we've taken out like right now, we've taken out major lows. So when you understand the logic of order pairing and you understand where shorts are going to likely cover their shorts, you're going to see a buy up at these lows. This is also just a weekly fair value gap draw. So I ultimately want to see this flip up and then run these highs like we talked about. But That will likely be later this week. I don't know, we'll see. We could see some buys today, but it's gotta be volatile. The biggest thing, Zaki or Zaki, is it's just repetition and experience. You start with learning some stuff like fundamental stuff, structure, the different phases of the market, understand consolidation, understand, you know, trend, understand the different phases that the market go in, volatility, understand the assets. You learn all those things, basic fundamental stuff. Then you start to build it together and put it in a way, you know, package it up in a way that gives you edge, that makes sense to you. I have no idea which pronunciation I said second, I'm not gonna lie. Zaki? Zaki? Is that it? Zaki. Let's see if we flip off these lows. Like we said, this was an area where I'm not interested in shorting right now. You just took out major lows in the weekly BISI. Draw has been hit. I'm not just gonna try and short that. Low probability, chat. Low probability. Nuances matter. This is why you see D trades in the chat asking me about nuances, because he's beginning to understand that these nuances around price matter. Recognition around arguments, recognition around the environment, all those things play into your win rate. So it starts kind of pattern trading. It starts looking for a certain framework, but then it gets deeper and deeper, and you start to see there's real nuances to each of these setups, and there's real reasons why some play better than others. And if you can get that like Sharingan moment, is it Sharingan? I think it's Sharingan. You guys get what I'm referencing, the Naruto eye. Sharingan, I don't know, but you get that moment around nuances of price and it just starts to click and make sense. This is what it feels. Once you start to get that understanding of the framework, that's like the base level of recognizing the edge. But then once you start to see the nuances and you can really understand what's high probability and low probability, that's how it feels. S7 just types it out as if that helps me with the pronunciation. You're funny, bro. Is it Sharingan or Sharingan? Yeah. But nah, that's really how it feels. And you start to see the nuances. I know D trades. Dylan in the chat, D trades is starting to feel that. It's whatever you need it to be. I like that. I'm gonna put this here. Lots of waiting today. I don't know if I'm gonna take something, because I really don't want to short in here, but we're kind of just messing around. I want to see this put in structure. The rest of the week I'm gonna be bullish most likely, unless we just don't put in the structure I'm looking for. Right, so if we flip and we get bullish price, I'm gonna be bullish rest of the week. And this is gonna be much higher probability longs because you're aligned with the higher time frame. What's the deal? What's your bad? Outside, where you at? Should've known this type of thing would never last. Cross the line. What we saying, chat? I'm gonna throw a poll in the chat, yo. Let me know what you guys are looking like today. Right now I'm flat. Can I add an? Oh yeah, I can. Vote in the poll, chat. Vote in the poll. I expect the daily Bissy to be the draw, but I just held back longing. Everybody vote in the poll. Let's see how we doing. I personally have not had a model today. I don't have a model. So I am flat, aka break even. Praying when it come, bet my dog. We gon' There's been a lot of prop deals dropping lately, like a bunch of discounts. If you guys want to support the stream, if you want to support me, use the code right down below. Use code patiently. There's a bunch of deals dropping right now. Price came back. Look at the 15-minute. Yes, sir. We go band for band. You babbling, boy. You talking too much. Are you looking for certain? Used to sell beans. Christian rap is fire. So we gonna bro. Yo, can you guys do me a favor and follow my TikTok? Hold on, I'm gonna post it right now. If you guys want to do me a solid, it would be great if you could follow the TikTok, because I'm about to start posting on there. I'm also gonna do some streams on TikTok. I'm gonna start streaming on TikTok as well. So it'll be 9:30 every single day on YouTube, but I might do PM sessions or something on TikTok. So if you guys wanna show some love, that would be great. Just go. I'm gonna drop the link right now in the chat. If you could follow my TikTok, that would be huge, because I gotta grow it. I think I need 1K followers on it to do the streams with OBS. Dang. When it come, bet my dogs, we gon' all blow. Remember high school, we was trapping Wells Fargo. Here's a link to my TikTok, guys. If you want to follow that, that would be huge. Gotta start growing the TikTok. I'm gonna start streaming on there too, so you'll catch streams on TikTok too. There will be streams on TikTok and YouTube. Those are the only two places I'll be streaming. Most consistent on YouTube every single day, 9:30 a.m. $9:30 a.m. streams. SMT off these lows. But almost. Let's see what happens, man. It's just a lot of waiting today. I haven't had a model. We're in an interesting spot where I'm kind of just waiting for us to flip up to then start looking long. Like, obviously, we've had a hard sell down. We've been bearish for the weekly busy, but now we're in an area where I believe we can start to flip back up. So Yes, sir, bro. We're gonna be fine. 50% of y'all are green, 25% are red, and 25% are break even. I'm not the one. Tell the 1 + 1. Yeah, I'm not interested in shorting this. So if this just goes lower, just be chilling. I don't want to short this. I'm done with my Cobra. I'm trying to finish it. Just don't feel right. Feel sentimental sometimes. Can we follow through higher, chat? I don't know if we're gonna get longs today. Rest of the week though, I think we should see longs. We should see this one to start going higher, and then rest of the week you can play those longs. I still feel sentimental sometimes. If you want like a low confirmation buy, you could try to long this here. The lower probably less confirmation on it. And you, hey, and I train, you, hey little dude, yeah. Draco. Sound like this could play. I put 5 on it. Oh, damn, it be your own homies. See if this plays. I'm not in anything. You guys will know what I'm gonna trade. I'm not in anything. This is a lower confirmation long off the 5-minute internal. Zay Gilly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ooh. Hey, little dude. Yeah. Say la vie. That money gonna speak. Yeah. Ooh. Hey, little dude. Yeah. I wanna see this 15-minute flip. What would you say is relatively stronger right now? I'm thinking ES as well, S7. There's no clear SMT though. Yeah, definitely want more than a 15 minutes of 5. Yeah, it's lower confirmation for sure. Ideally, I want to see this 15-minute flip down along a internal, but this could still play. SMT says NQ, but ES is what I have for strength. What SMT do you have? Oh, just these lows. I agree. I think it's ES personally. Those like 1 minute, 5-minute SMTs, they're just like weighed less on the scale for me. Everything that's fucking on the phone. I think over this 15-minute gap, we could look long if we have the volatility and energy still. But this could play. Could be like an eval take or just lower probability, less confirmation take. Just order flow flip out the 5-minute. But I agree. I think I would prefer ES. ES looks like it's leading. Want to see higher off the weekly bit. So we'll see if we can get signs today. I say, good push up. If we can get a good push up, NQ starts to really disrespect this. I'll long in here, like in this leg on ES. I do think this can play, but I'm gonna wait. I'd like a little more confirmation before we long this. We're coming off a weekly level. I'm not well. Oh shoot, I had a call from yeah, I gotta call that back. Good push, chat. Never mind, chat. Never mind. I'm just kidding. We'll see what happens here. If we flip the 15-minute, that's enough for me to want a long. I like the way this is invalidating 15, right? This is why we're not looking for shorts right off this 15. We just took out major lows. We just took out the weekly BISI, which was our draw. To me, I want to see us go higher the rest of the week. If we're gonna go higher the rest of the week, we gotta see these lower time frames flip. This to me is a spot where we can see these lower time frames really flip. Structure would have been something like this on ES. Curious to see if it plays. Just lower confirmation stuff though. Your entry is like, we'll just put it right on this candle. So it's a 1-minute order flow flip entry. It's just the off entry. Technically it'd be this, but I just marked both. First TP is just here. If you're in multiple cons, you take one off here. Again, I'm not in anything, but good play. Look back to date. 6/5/26. Maybe below there. 7/3/36. June 5th. I think like this fact. Six five. I'm so confused. Are we not below 6/5? Wait, I'm so confused. Oh, May 6th. It's just the way you organize your days. And I don't know if you're from the May 6th. I'm like, what? Okay, I got you. UK dates. What, these lows you're talking about? $7,336. Yeah. I don't know if we need to hit them though. If we flip here, I'm still gonna flip bullish. I do see those equal lows though, yeah. Started daily practicing first. Me, I'm using the lower time frames as a compass, so we've traded into this weekly BISI now. If we're gonna go higher, we're gonna see the lower time frames flip. And we're starting to see that. Let's keep the thing between. I want to see later this week these highs go. Sick, Rumo, sick. The emojis just make it look like AI, bro. Are we gonna flip this and get a potential long, or are we just gonna get nothing the whole day? It could be a sweet escape. Girl, I hate to disagree, but you're the reason why I'm breathing. What are we gonna do, chat? Are we gonna respect this 15 or are we gonna flip it? Low confirmation long is likely getting stopped here. This is why we're not taking this. Good play, but it's low confirmation. I think this is a stop. Yeah, it's that. Maybe you're too good for that. We're coming off a weekly PDA, so we want to see more structure. We want to see this actually flip. But we're not in anything. Nuances matter, man. The order flow change, or you're assuming? We're waiting for order flow to change. Not in anything. I'm just expecting. Yeah, see, this is lower confirmation, and the lower confirmation idea would have been stopped there. Most likely, you would have got taken out on that. It's equal lows there, but this is why the nuances matter. We're waiting for proper structure to actually long this. So once we flip this 15, I'm open to trying longs, but right now we're just waiting. I feel like people get confused when I put the RR tools out. There's just a low confirmation idea. It might still be in if you're lucky and you didn't get filled. It made equal lows though. Stay the same. Yes is still in, that's for sure. Actually, literally made equal lows too. Never mind. Not for sure. Getting sick of waiting for someone like you. But yeah, I'm flat. I'm in nothing. I'm in nothing, chat. You'll see when I'm in a trade. You're gonna see the orders on the screen. Girl, I hate to disagree with you. The reason why I'm breathing. If it hunts these lows and just flips up again, that'd be gnarly. NQ is making another bullish SMT. We're not in anything, chat. My accounts always fill at stop to tick or slip. TP's never... Bro, that's so true. Yo, why is that true? That's kind of sus. It's true now that I think about it. That's a little sus. That's so accurate. You need to get like a full point past TP to get the fill off that. But if your stop's there, it's hitting to the tick. That's so funny. They know. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. I'll equal high my TP and I won't get a fill. You equal high your stop, it's getting filled. Generally. I don't think I'm gonna be doing much today, chat. We're not flipping this. That's why we are waiting, right? We want to see proper confirmation above this. I need to see this flip to be okay to long. Still very bearish price. I need a real flip above this gap. Less confirmation, lower win rate. Nuances matter. You guys can do me one favor today. Fold. Oh, that's the wrong link. That's the wrong link. You do me one favor and follow the TikTok. Follow the TikTok, chat. Nah, but I'm about to be live on TikTok. Much more here. I just posted it in the chat. If you guys aren't ready, if you could follow the TikTok, that'd be amazing. I'm gonna vote in the poll. I'm flat. Can I vote? I can't vote on my own poll. That's crazy. How are you gonna let me make the poll and not participate? That's crazy. I'm flat, chat. Bars. Still respecting the 15. See if we go lower. Just waiting for this flip. I don't want to short. I'm not trying to short into the weekly gap. What's your bias, chat? I'm gonna cancel this poll. 36% are green, 29% are red, and 36% are break even right now. So we're kind of in the middle right now. And my heart on the line, it's so easy to try, but it's harder to fall. Still bearish? I can see that. I can see why you still be bearish. There's really no reason to, there's no flip yet to long. So I'm just like neutral, waiting. We're in an area where I believe we can flip bullish, but we are still bearish structure, if that makes sense. So order flow wise, we're still bearish, but we've hit an area where I think we can bounce from. So it's more so just neutral. I want to see it flip bullish, but we're still technically bearish to me. Sometimes the streams are waiting like this. Just real trading, man. I'd love to just put on trades for you guys so that the stream is entertaining. Whoa. So that the stream is entertaining, but that's not the reality. Like, I'm not going to trade outside of how I trade just to be entertaining. Or force trades. Or I'm going to take trades when I have a model and wait when there isn't one. And it's blocking my path. Ultimately, though, we are looking for this to hold. We're looking for this weekly gap to then push price higher. These will be really good longs up to the all-time highs. This black line will be all-time highs. We should have really high probability longs up to there. Once we get that flip. Losing my grip on them. I wanna get there with you now. All-time high draw. Once we flip though. When will we flip bullish is the question. I like SMT and change in state. Looks good. Off these lows or where? I'm way right now. I feel like they should have flipped this 15 if it was gonna really flip here. I wanted to see this. I wanted to see this close over, and then I look to play a continuation longs. You're right there. I got you. It's an interesting spot here, like just waiting for that flip. Which flip? I'm talking about the 15. I'm talking about order flow flipping bullish. So I want to see the 15 come up and flip. I want to see the 1 hour come up and flip off this weekly BISI to start playing longs type of thing. If we can get this type of close, that'll be enough for me to be full bearish. So I'll flip off the bullish, or I'll flip off the bearish bias to bullish. Because like I said, structurally we are order flow wise bearish, but we're in an area now, this weekly BISI, where I expect price to want to bounce. It looks like it's just really choppy right now, especially ES. Oops. I'm out of my mind, and it's alright. Just within range here. There's a 15-minute time frame where you want to see flips in general. It depends on what narrative area and what area we're trading off of. So like if we're coming off a monthly BISI like in here, like this is a perfect example. I mean, we had tons of sells lower that month, right? This is March. All through March we were bearish, and we're trading into a monthly level. This is the monthly BISI. Because this is a monthly level, you don't want to just drop into the 5-minute. Where's the black line? Let's see if we can find it. Right, because we're trading off a monthly level like that, we don't want to just drop into the 5-minute and use that to gauge a flip. Where is it? All right, it's all the way down here. I'll show you what I mean. Because it's like not having enough confirmation. Yeah, exactly. You have no confirmation to long this off a monthly level. So you want to use a higher time frame. You want to use like a daily, a 4 hour. You want to use order flow. Man. This. I'm trying to get it to the monthly BISI. It's taking forever. Is that not the, that's definitely it. There we go. All right, there we go. We made it. Bro, where is it? This is why TradingView replay is really annoying. Okay, there we go. I didn't have it extended. All right, this is what I mean. This black line is the monthly gap. This black line is a monthly level. This is a very higher time frame level. What we're not going to do is just drop into the 5-minute and the 1-minute and look for a change in order flow to play longs. It's not enough, right? So I'm not just going to long one of these flips down here. This isn't enough. Like for example, we technically had a decent flip here where we created the inversion. We've taken out the monthly gap. You don't just long this. This is not enough confirmation to long. You're gonna get cooked doing that off a monthly level. So the level where we're trading from, it's like a time frame alignment. You want to use the right confirmation. To me, off that monthly level, I really want to see like the 4-hour flip first. Like I want to see this is now good structure to long. Like I would be ready to long this now. We're seeing this flip up over the daily gap. We're seeing the 4-hour put in good structure higher. Now you're really looking for longs off that monthly BISI. From an intraday perspective, you can use less, like for example using the 1 hour and then look to long in here, but you need proper confirmation to flip bias. And so generally the higher the level that you're trading off, the higher the aligned time frame. So like 1 hour to 5 is a good alignment, 15 to 1, 4 hour to 15. I'll use the 5 off the 4 hour. Daily, generally 15 and 1 hour, I want to see order flow flip that way. Weekly, same thing, 15, 1 hour, 4 hour. So I just want to see proper confirmation of a flip before I just flip bias, especially off a higher time frame level. Exactly. I probably didn't word it the best, but it's about time frame alignment. Exactly. It's about confirmation. So with a higher time frame level, you want more confirmation. Like 1 minute and 5 minute off a weekly or a monthly is not enough. So much waiting today, chat. So much waiting today. I don't know if we're gonna get something till tomorrow. It'll probably be longs tomorrow though. We're most likely gonna come tomorrow's session long bias, assuming we get the right structure. I love the daily 1 hour and 5. Yeah, it's solid. Wonder where Rumo's stop is. Short NQ entry. Yeah, he just gives the entry. That's funny. $28,764 entry point. 28764. Am I bugging, chat, or did that not even get hit before? 2876. Am I slow? Or did this dude just give an entry that didn't happen until over here? The only time he got a 2876 entry is in here at 10:06. But he called that in chat at like 11 something. So I'm lost. Oh no, I am slow. I am indeed slow. I am indeed slow, chat. Here's 28764. So he shorted right here. He shorted right in here. Y'all know me. My bad. I don't know why it took me so long to find that. 28764. Stop's probably like, it stops probably, I don't know. Stop might already be hit, man. Yeah, his stop's getting hit. If it's this high, Yeah, I don't know, Rumo. What confirms a weekly gap? I want to see order flow flip on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 15. You know, you want to see enough. This is where it's like if I'm using a 15-minute off the weekly, it's kind of nuanced. Like I need to see good structure get put in. I want to see ideally a 1 hour flip. But waiting for the 4 hour off the weekly is overkill to me. Unless you're like swing trading. Like this would be enough for me to want to start longing if we flip over this 15 personally. And if I take a loss off that, I'll live in, you know what I mean? I'll live with that. But generally the 1 hour is a good spot for the weekly. 4 hour, 1 hour, 15. The problem with just waiting for the like standard time frame alignment is like this, guys. How I trade is I'll go through it. Yeah, I'm dropping sauce on the stream. This stream has, I don't want to swear. This stream has sauce. Like I'm going through all the logic right now. This is like your standard time frame alignment. Like this is what most people would subscribe to, right? Monthly. Sorry, I did it wrong, guys. I did it wrong. This is wrong. All right, hold on, guys. This is your standard alignment. All right, now it's correct. My bad. I just typed it wrong. This is your standard time frame alignment most people would subscribe to, right? Monthly level into a daily flip, weekly level into a 4 hour, daily level into a 1 hour, 4 hour into a 15-minute flip, 1 hour into a 5-minute, and then 15-minute into a 1. This is great. This is solid confirmation to trade. My problem with this is it can create too much rigidness. The other thing is when you're an intraday trader, waiting for example, a weekly or a 4 hour level, it's like overkill to trade. And in the like when I first started trading with alignment like that, it's like I'm just always waiting for a perfect alignment of this. Like this would be like your perfect top down alignment. We have a weekly level, then we flip on the 4 hour, then the 15-minute retraces, and then from the 15-minute we get a 1 minute. Well, the truth is this is like waiting for all the stars to align, and you're just not going to see this type of perfect, you know, textbook alignment happen very often. You're just waiting for stuff that just your frequency is going to be SHIT. And so you have to play with these alignments. So I'm more so, let me see what price is doing real quick. Okay, I'm more so using a little bit less confirmation to get involved. So like for example, off a weekly level, I want to see these time frames mainly flip. And even the 15 can be enough for me if we put in good structured along. Off the 1 hour, I want to see these time frames flip. Kind of hard to explain, but I'm not rigid about the alignment. I just want to see structure get put in. How about the 1 second? You're crazy, man. This is like generally, I know this looks confusing, but it's really not. Like when we come off a monthly level, I want to see these time frames flip. These are the time frames I'm watching to get confirmation of us respecting the level. When we're coming off a weekly level, it's these. And like these, the lower time frames would be like the minimum confirmations. If that makes sense. I'm not rigid. I don't want to be rigid. That's something I've really worked on in my trading. So if we get a nice push up over this, it'd be enough for me to want to long. We explained why we didn't want to short down here. We're starting to get that nice push up with the 1 hour, but by the time we get a full structure, you know, flip on the 1 hour, the session's going to be over and you're waiting for tomorrow. So you want to be careful being too rigid and demanding kind of overkill to trade. If we don't push out of this with some structure higher, then I'm just probably going to do nothing. Because I mean, look at the 1 hour. Sorry, look at the 15. As of the last, what, 10:15 to now, so like hour 15, it's just been range. We need to see this really put in structure above this range to want a long. If this comes right back down, it's just something I'm not interested in. Ultimately, I do expect price to go higher. How do you deal with swings then? Sometimes that's a great question, man. That is a great question. I love that question. So how do you deal with a swing that's different time frame swings? Dude, that's such a thoughtful question. I love that. See, these are the questions I like to answer, man. So I'll generally, what's the word I'm looking for? Deviate? I don't know. Deviate to the higher time frame. So what I mean by that is basically what Gunner's asking with that question is like, if we're looking at this swing, how do you know? This is what I mean by not being too rigid, right? This is a weekly swing, but it's also going to be a daily swing low. It's going to be most likely a 4 hours. Sorry, this is a daily swing, but it's also going to be a 4 hour swing low. It's also likely going to be a 1 hour swing low. So he's asking, how do you determine which alignment to play when it's, you know, a swing low that's multiple time frame lows? This is a daily low. We drop into the 4 hour, it's going to be a 4 hour swing low. We drop into the 1 hour, it's going to be a 1 hour swing low, right? So I'm generally opting for the higher time frame level, but I'm not being rigid about it. Like, to me, this is just a weekly BISI tag. That weekly BISI is also the daily swing low. And now I just want to see good structure get put in to confirm that this actually wants to go higher. I'm not being too rigid about it where I'm like, this is how I used to trade, and it just killed me because I never took trades. Oh, we have a daily swing low, or we have the weekly level. So now I need the 4 hour to flip higher to then trade. Okay, now the session's over before you even get your flip. Like, so now you're just never getting involved in anything. So as an intraday trader, you need some leeway. You can't be too rigid. Because it's like waiting with alignment. If you're too rigid with it, it's like waiting for all the stars to align. Weekly gap, 4 hour flip. Yeah, so like if you wanted to really demand a little bit extra confirmation at the minimum, you want to see the 1 hour flip. To me, a 4 hour flip off this weekly is a little bit of overkill, especially for intraday trading. Because if we're gonna flip, think about it this way, guys. It's all confirmation, but if we're gonna flip off this weekly level, and if the 4 hour is gonna flip and give you that confirmation, right? Standard alignment would be weekly to 4 hour. If that's gonna happen, you're gonna see that on the lower time frames. You're gonna see the 15 flip first. You're gonna see the 5-minute flip before the 15, right? Price is fractal, so you should be able to see those patterns and that change in order flow occur on the lower time frame up. It's just about not over demanding confirmation and not under demanding it. You gotta find that balance. Would you prefer to see a BISI over SIBI for more confirmation? Like on this side of the curve, I use both the inversions, so like this SIBI failing, and then I also use BISIs, like a bullish gap on this side of the curve. There isn't like a strong preference. The best signature though is something like this, where we have the SIBI, and then this side of the curve creates the bullish gap, and we just flip it as like a BPR. Basically just a clean inversion. And then this creates its own gap. That's like the best signature for longs. Like this is the cleanest. This is like the cleanest signature to confirm a long. If we had seen that, I'd already be like trying to long this right now. But right now we're just waiting. So it's like a bullish gap overlapping the bearish gap. We invert this. That's your cleanest signature out of PD rays, in my opinion. We're just slow. We're taking time to push higher, and I don't like it. It's just like this is range right here. I want to see us break this range and put in structure higher to long. Otherwise, I'm just, like I said, I'll wait till tomorrow. If there's nothing, there's nothing. Yeah. Would I prefer it? Like, is it ideal or high probability? Yes. Do I demand it? No. It's nice to see, and it's generally a good signature. Like on your A+ setups, you're gonna see a lot of that, but it's not a demand per se. I'll play an inversion or I'll play an order flow flip, like a gap. Alright, I'm texting my girlfriend. So much waiting. A lot of waiting today. Interesting day. I haven't had anything, bro. I haven't had a single model today. Waiting for longs. Like, I'm just waiting for confirmation to flip longs. Through here, we were bearish. So we were bearish off the open. But there was just no way to really short this unless you short the highs up here. It would have had to be like a range high short. Which I guess you could make an argument for sure. Because it's range price. You'd have to short this, so tough one to catch. Oops. Really, the only potential short, at least for me, would have been a range high short. It's like the only argument I can see for a trade today for me. Like right in here, these SMTs off the high sweep. Yeah, like this flip in here or this inversion. To the lows. I don't even know what time those fills were at. Okay, that was after open, so this could have been short. It's like the only thing I see. That was a trickier one though. I think we just wait till tomorrow, chat. I don't like the way that this is delivering. It's just ranging. I'm getting tired of looking at this too. Like, again, if I was on a stream, I would be walking away from this and setting alerts. I'm not interested in trying to force anything if this is just offering straight range up. Who knows? Maybe we come back down, sweep these lows, and then we get that shift up into tomorrow. Or this wants to because this is generating lows here. So we'll see if this wants to run it out. We'll be long biased tomorrow, but right now this is hurting my eyes to look at. We're just ranging. We took out the weekly BISI, right? Shorts from up here, cover at the lows. Then we tend to see that consolidation or that buy back up. It's just that order pairing logic we talked about earlier. But right now it's just not offering much. This flips up hard. Don't leave me. This flips up hard. We could potentially long this, but it's just range. It's coming back down. I don't really feel like continuing to look at this. I'll be in the Discord and maybe we'll look at PM if this flips. But if this comes back down, I'm not touching until tomorrow. So it'll be live again in the morning tomorrow. Most likely, if this puts in structure here, then we'll be long biased tomorrow. So we'll walk through it in the morning. We'll see where we're at. But I'm going to check PM. But right now, this is just range. So I'll be in the Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord, hop in. I'll be in the main chat. We'll be talking about things still today. I'm not necessarily done. I'll watch PM if we flip, but I gotta walk away from this. This is too choppy and hurting my eyes. We'll be back in the morning tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. If you guys are learning, if you're trying to improve your trading, go through this stream again. There was so much in this stream. There was a lot of value in this stream. A lot of good rants, a lot of knowledge, a lot of information on how to approach price and build these theses. So yeah, man, go back through the stream if you're studying. But great stream, and it's flat so far today. We'll see what PM looks like, and then we'll be back in the morning, 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. God bless. Praise the Lord today. Spend some time with him. Zay, we need to get back on the Bible studying daily. That has to happen. I also just need to be Bible studying daily again, because I've been falling off lately. I gotta hold myself accountable, man. But yeah, God bless, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning.